Okay, so this video is probably not going to be the Mobley video that most people expect because most of the Mobley talk is centered around his defensive impact, which is already crazy for his age. We can talk about how great the Cavs defense is with him on the floor, how he already shows a great understanding of rotations and whatnot, getting into spots, contesting shots, not only with big time athleticism, but also with quick, active hands that allow him to disrupt all kinds of actions, keeping the ball in bounds when he does it. I mean, what more could you want from a defensive player? We can show the clips of him guarding Ja Morant on the perimeter and just generally making life hell for opposing offenses. Basically all that good stuff you want to see from a top of the line defender. But where I think the hours could really get scary for the rest of the league when it comes to Evan Mobley is if the indicators he's shown on offense are legitimate things he can continue to improve on. It's going to be a problem. Now, the thing that most young players have a problem with on offense when they first enter into the league is the ability to get off the ball in a way that supports functional offense. Now, getting off the ball doesn't just mean being able to play off the ball, but it also involves passing the ball in a way that fits into an offensive system. Most young players enter in the league were superstars of their team in one way or another, so the ball tends to get a little sticky in situations where a quick, decisive pass would be the right play. Evan Mobley, for all intents and purposes, has appeared to already have figured out the importance of getting off the ball within the offense. For the most part, young players, specifically players classified as bigs, kind of take a while to kind of get away from the catch and finish mentality that they developed at lower levels. But Mobley appears to be a high-end decision maker off the catch already. The area in which this shows up most consistently is in Mobley's short roll passing, where he has already shown to be capable of making the necessary reads in these situations, whether it be finding shooters on the opposite wing and the corners, making dump-off passes to the player in the dunker spot, or delivering lobs with adequate touch. Mobley has shown he can make these reads consistently to both sides of the court and pass with either hand if necessary. The ability to make this read, supplemented by Mobley showing flashes of a nice little push shot that he can rely on in these situations, a shot that has even more devastating potential given his height and athletic profile. Like, who is stopping this shot if he's able to make it with some regularity? He's currently shooting 53% on this shot, defined as a floating jump shot on NBA.com, and although the sample size is small, if he continues to have a similar level of success with this shot, his offensive potential increases that much more. And this shot, in conjunction with his ability to already finish at the rim in pick-and-roll situations, could be the cause of many headaches for the opposition going forward, particularly if the roster continues to form in terms of surrounding him with good spot-up shooting on the perimeter. Mobley's ability to get off the ball also extends to other actions on the floor, where he is already highly active as a cutter and roamer in the Cavs offense. It is not often that you see players of Mobley's profile being used in actions that allow him to cut across people's faces to initiate actions that aren't post-centric actions, but Mobley is being used off the ball in a way that can benefit him as both a scorer and a playmaker. They have these type of actions out of horns alignments that are serving to cause all kinds of switching confusion for defenses, and Mobley has shown the ability to make plays out of these actions. By putting Mobley on the move, it will not only serve him well on offense by giving him easier paths to the basket in pure cutting situations, but it will also make his life easier as a post-up player because it will mitigate the strength deficit he has until he is able to put on some weight. He can use his off-ball movement to gain deeper post position and make his life easier on the block for now. However, the key to unlocking Mobley's offensive potential lies in the same area it does for a lot of other players, which is his shooting ability. Mobley's shooting thus far has not been great. He's shooting 32% on jump shots for the season and 28 from 3, but despite these numbers, there are some signs that he can eventually turn into a competent enough shooter down the line. Now, although his straight-up jump shooting has been very poor, Mobley has been very successful as a jump shooter in situations where he can get to his turnaround fadeaway jump shot, a shot that he is shooting nearly 54% on during the season. As of now, he almost exclusively prefers to shoot it over his left shoulder, but he has a good rhythm when shooting it, and it is a shot that is difficult for defenders to adequately contest. In terms of his normal jump shot, Mobley appears to have an energy transfer problem when he shoots the ball. Now, I'm not a shot doctor, but I think there's a noticeable difference in the jump shots that he makes versus the ones he misses, and it all stems from the time of his release. Now again, I might be tripping, which I probably am, but I'm probably also not. The jump shots that he tends to make are ones that he releases a little earlier at the height of his jump, whereas the misses are ones that he releases a little bit later as he's coming down to the floor. Now it's not a huge difference in the actual timing of his release, but it appears to be significant enough to affect this jump shot very negatively. In fact, if you think I'm tripping, we could play a little game. I'll put up a few jump shots that I will pause after the release, and you can see if you notice the difference in the release time, and then you can guess whether or not he made or missed the shot. Now, of course, this is far from the only mechanical issue that can be found in this jump shot, but it may be one that, if ironed out, can have a decent impact on its success rate. If Mobley ever does figure out the jump shot, then that leads us to situations which he can get into more drive and kick actions that we see here with more regularity, which would be an even bigger problem for defenses given the skills he's already shown as a passer, which extend to his off the dribble passing as well. As he currently is, Mobley already has enough off-ball acumen and physical talent to fit into a successful offense even with his physical deficiencies and developing skills. But if and when his skills catch up to his ability to operate within the flow of an offense, the hours might get even more scary than they currently are.